Ah, you found us again. We're so sorry. You have really let things go. You've fallen upon the detritus that is Fowlpox podcast. Let us begin. The hum, you see, it was a low, resonant, suboral growl, a kind of existential purr that vibrated the very membranes of the mind, a guttural song from the deepest parts of the Mongolian steppe, a sound produced not by the larynx, but by the very tectonic plates of being, and it was in this hum, this throat-sung overtone of cosmic despondency, that he, our hapless hero, whom we shall not name, for names are mere placeholders in the great ledger of entropy, first understood the terrifying lacunae of the modern world, the voids where things should be but aren't, the profound and echoing absence of, say, toilet paper in a sun-bleached cafe in Piraeus, or in a grimy, overvegetated Brazilian lavatory, where the lack was a semiotic signifier of the whole blasted system's collapse, a literal tearing away of the paper-thin civility that separates man from beast, a Dadaist joke in a porcelain basin, the punchline a simple, brutal emptiness, and he saw it. All through a cracked lens of memory, a primal rush of association, recalling how he, a veritable garbologist of the soul, had once sifted through the crumpled ephemera of a forgotten troubadour, finding in the husks of grape soda cans and the wadded tissues of old songs a more profound narrative than any official biography could ever hope to transcribe. A kind of psychoanalytic detritus that would have made Lacan nod a knowing, fragmentary nod, because wasn't all of history just the accumulated garbage of clowns on tiny bicycles, a procession of miniature cars sputtering and backfiring through the carnival of the self, a gonzo parade of pathetic, joy-seeking automata, their oversized shoes clattering on the paving stones of Prague, where the Czech informal of a decaying socialist monument bleeds into the mire of a mournful spring, and in this same fever, he recalled another piece of detritus, a story whispered in the back alleys of forgotten lore, of a man who once was Godzilla, a colossal, city-destroying spectre on the screen, his very being a testament to the grand, destructive power of man's hubris, who later, in the great, pathetic arc of his career, found himself working in a bowling alley, trading in the fire and fury of cinematic annihilation for the mundane click-clack of plastic against pine, a sad, lonely king in a kingdom of rented shoes and snack bar grease, a fallen leviathan serving cokes to mortals, and it was this transition, this grotesque diminishment, that led the narrator to a desolate storage building in Truro, Nova Scotia, a concrete hulk where once hats were made for solemn men in fedoras, and after that, the same men, now hatless, clutched bowling balls, their lives unfolding in a ritual of polished wooden gutter balls, their forms, like ghosts in a newsreel, disappearing into the lock-aligned abyss, a temporal distortion where the past was a hat factory and the future a storage unit, the present a vanishing point. Between the two, a hyperbolic fiction dreamed up by Flaubert in a fit of aesthetic fever, a relentless search for the perfect word to describe a world that had gone utterly, magnificently insane, a world where the gargantuan and the Lilliputian had swapped places, the grand narrative of progress reduced to a single, sputtering clown car, its exhaust a cloud of spent ideals, its horn a sad honk of despair, and in this fevered state, this unhinged fusion of disparate elements, the narrator found a terrible solace, a fragmented truth born from the very incoherence of the age, an Eisensteinian montage of newsreels and camera eyes, flickering images of a world so utterly, gorgeously broken that all one could do was sit back and watch the magnificent wreckage, the detritus of thought and deed, the discarded tissues of a long and beautiful illness, as the throat-sung hum of the universe grew louder and louder and louder, until it was all there was. Do stop by when you've been deloused. From our satellite to your nerves, this has been Fowlpox podcast. And before that it was a bowling alley. And before that,